Hey singers, do you know where you get your marriage lessons from? And are you sure you're getting your marriage lessons from the right role model? Hey, welcome back to Becoming. I'm Vimla Rane, mother of two lovely daughters, wife of a wonderful husband, and the title winner of Mrs. Superwoman 2019. I'm a corporate trainer turned relationship coach. Yes, you heard that right. I'm a marriage expert, and I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh singers to get the tools and techniques of a very fulfilling, happy married life. So we spend a lot of money, time in planning our wedding, which will last only for two or 3 days. Whereas there's no one to tell us what to do after the wedding. Do we get training for marriage? No, no school or colleges teach us what is marriage and how to have a very healthy relationship. So in this video, we are going to see where are we getting the marriage lessons from if the schools and colleges are not teaching us. We get our marriage lessons from our families and friends and relatives. But are those lessons correct for us? Our families do not have bad intentions, but our families are not marriage experts. So who is your right role model? We as an adult have to decide which are the lessons we can take from our family and which are the lessons we should not carry forward in our marriage. There was a little boy who was brought up in a family where the father and mother frequently fight. The father started abusing the mother, started hitting the mother, and this little boy keeps watching his father and mother fighting. He knows something is wrong, but he is very helpless. The father does not respect the wife, and he was so selfish that he keeps fighting. The son brought up in this environment, when he grows up, he does not have any other better role model. He follows his father. So he starts fighting his wife, hitting his children, and hitting his wife. Because that's the lessons he has been learning from his childhood. A child brought up in an environment where the parents are frequently fighting suffers mental illness in a moderate sense. The parents do not realize that fighting in front of the children is very bad for the mental health of a child. So the child has picked up the lessons, marriage lessons from his own family. Unconsciously, he has picked up that we should not treat the wife with respect. We can hit the wife and we can shout at children and use abusive language. So now you realize that this boy has picked up the wrong marriage lessons from his own family. As an adult, when we study in college and school, we have to realize that our parents are not always our role models. We are all human beings. We all make mistakes, and none of us have any bad intentions. There are no right or wrong people in this world, but there's always a scope to understand what is right or wrong. We have to choose the lessons which is healthy for our family. Whether you are a man or a woman, please ensure that you do not pick up bad lessons from your parents or relatives or friends or whichever lessons you learned from your past life. You have to consciously choose which you have to carry forward in your marriage and which you have to consciously avoid practicing in your marriage. So make sure that you don't develop toxic habits because you saw that in your family when you are a child. Toxicity, abusing, and using not respecting your wife or husband or being so selfish in your marital life is a very bad example. So make sure that you choose healthy habits and learn healthy lessons before you get married. Make sure that you learn how to respect, how to love, how to trust, and how to have intimate relationship with your wife or husband. So in this video, we saw what is a toxic lesson we should avoid picking up from our families. We can love our family, we can love our parents, we can love our relatives, we can love our friends, but we should not blindly take up all the lessons from the sources we have been. So make sure that you don't pick up any toxic habits. You consciously avoid the toxic habits and ensure that your marital life is very, very healthy. And if at all you're giving birth to children, you should have a very healthy environment for the children to grow. And that's the definition of love. So this is a lesson for a very happy and fulfilling marriage. Do not choose lessons from your own families, which is very toxic, and be very conscious in choosing a very healthy habits and healthy lessons for your marital life. This week's homework for you: make sure you take a notebook and write all the bad things from what you learn from your family, friends, and relatives, and write it in a notebook so that you consciously avoid the bad lessons. Also, make a note of all the lessons, what the best lessons you learn from your family, friends, and relatives, and write it in your notebook. Those are the best habits you're going to practice in your marriage. And the bad habits you will stop. Bad lessons, what you learn from your parents, family, friends, you're going to avoid it in your marriage. And before I go, I'm going to give you 30 minutes free coaching on mindful marriage. And if you're a single, please send a mail to vimlabecoming2020@gmail.com and we will book your slot and call you back. So as I told you, the homework for you: who are your role models for your marriage? What are the best practices you're going to pick from your family, friends, and relatives to practice in your marriage? What are the toxic lessons you're going to consciously avoid practicing in your marriage? Thanks for watching. I'm Vimla Rane, mother of 2 lovely daughters, wife of a wonderful husband, title winner of Mrs. Superwoman 2019, and I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh singles to have a very fulfilling, happy married life. Modern marriage is suffering, and no marriage should suffer. Thank you so much for watching. I'll come back again with another golden nut to have a very happy, fulfilling marriage.